You're on the air. Hello.
Hey, Bill, this is Doyle.
Hi, Doyle.
Hey, I just was watching where Hoover Dam and State Route 93 were closed down completely.
Okay.
Now, I just wanted to let you all know.
Okay.
It was tentative earlier, and now they've done it officially, Arizona Department of Transportation.
Okay, we can expect that all potential targets, military targets of any kind, are going to be blocked off so that nobody's going to be able to get near them, and that includes major dams like Hoover Dam and well, all the dams in the country are probably going to be isolated. Military installations are probably going to be closed to all civilian traffic, and you can expect probably roadblocks on the major highways.
Yes, yeah, and they did finally verify. This is on the Arizona News. They just broke into the National that it is State Route 93 is closed officially, and all of Hoover Dam and all that.
Okay, thanks, Doyle.
Alrighty.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty. Bye.
Folks, if you have reports from your area that are not appearing on the news of what's happening, call 520-333-4578. Now, here's something that you've absolutely got to pay attention to. I don't want to hear any rumors. I don't want to hear anything that's unsubstantiated. I don't want to hear anything that's passed through 2 or 3 people. If you absolutely know of something that's happening that the people in this country and the world need to know, call me and report it. Don't report rumors. Don't report anything that comes over your fax machine. Don't report anything that you hear from Alex Jones or any of his ilk. The only thing that I want to hear about are facts that you can either document or prove, or that you yourself are an eyewitness to, or that may be reported on your local media that is not reported on the national media. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a major attack not only upon the United States of America, but upon freedom. The outcome of this will redefine the word, and I suspect that freedom will no longer mean what it used to mean after this day. It will probably be redefined as freedom is whatever the law allows you to do. Rights are going to disappear, ladies and gentlemen. You see, I'm going to tell you this. When I was in the United States Air Force, this could not have happened. We had fighter planes on alert all over this country that would intercept and shoot down, if necessary, any aircraft that was flying in an airspace where it was not supposed to be, or that was flying into this country unidentified. That was taken care of through NORAD, North American Air Defense Command, out of Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado. Apparently, we no longer have that fighter air protection in this country. And one of the reasons why might have been so that something like this could happen. This is another step toward world totalitarian socialist government. And the outcome, the offshoot, I can guarantee you, is going to be legislation and laws coupled with martial law, and we can expect martial law nationwide to be declared sometime today. If it doesn't happen, it will sure shock the hell out of me. And it may already be in effect for certain areas of the country without public announcement. For instance, troops, United States Army units, have been deployed in Washington, D.C.
To repeat for emphasis, John Roberts, that the President will be on videotape from Barksdale Air Force Base. Certified with their...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you for certain, due to my experience on the command staff of the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Pacific Fleet during my service in the United States Navy, I can tell you now with the announcement that the border between the United States and Mexico and the United States and Canada have been closed. All aircraft across the nation have been grounded. All airports have been closed. A regiment of troops of the United States Army has been deployed in Washington, D.C. All government buildings have been closed. All government officials are now officially either ensconced in their underground protected hard site headquarters and command centers, or are on the way to those sites. And because of that, I can assure you, with no hesitation whatsoever, that martial law has already been declared nationwide in secret. No public announcement has been made, but that's the only way that these things can happen and are happening, is if the president has in fact issued a declaration of martial law nationwide for reasons that I don't know. This has not been announced to the public, but anybody who would be surprised at hearing that there is a state of national martial law in place right now nationwide, anybody that would be surprised at that, I'd have to say isn't playing with a full deck of cards. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can tell you this absolutely for sure. There will be serious repercussions, not just here but worldwide. You can expect military action to be taken against the suspected or known source of the people who carried this out imminently, wherever that source may be. I can tell you that if it's suspected that anybody in this country had anything to do with it, there may be strikes launched against known Patriot leaders and American militia units, even though I can assure you, because I am in contact with these people all over this country, that no American Patriot or militia unit would ever, in their wildest dreams, attack the Pentagon, Camp David, or the World Trade Center towers. If the militia were to attack anyone, it would have been the United Nations building. None of these other targets would even occur to any American patriot or any militia as a target in any attempt to restore constitutional Republican government in this country. So, and I have no idea who carried this out, but I know exactly why these attacks were launched. They need excuses, ladies and gentlemen, not just here but worldwide, to continue to pass laws to strip people of their rights and of their freedoms and to disarm people in order to bring the world under the umbrella of a world totalitarian socialist government. As you can see, this indicates that if terrorists want to strike somewhere, there's not much you can do to stop it. Now, there was a lot of things that we could have done to stop these particular attacks, and years ago the mechanism was in place so that these things could not have happened, and you can be assured of that. Anybody who served in the United States Air Force with the North American Air Defense Command, either in the headquarters in Cheyenne Mountain or with the many fighter units that were stationed at air bases all across this country that had alert aircraft sitting on the runway ready to take off at a moment's notice should anybody try anything like this. It's incredible that the government knew that all of these aircraft had been hijacked. They knew this. They knew it. And they are able to monitor on radar where these aircraft are flying. Just the sheer number of aircraft that were all hijacked at the same time should have indicated to the government that something terrible was going to happen, and they should have had fighters in the air to intercept and shoot these planes down. Why they didn't is a question that's going to have to be asked, and somebody is going to have to answer those questions. Anyone who had been on the inside, who knew that so many planes had been hijacked all at the same time and didn't try to do anything about it, or didn't understand that these planes might have been hijacked in order to fly into American targets as terrorist acts, should never have been in any position in our government of any kind of official capacity whatsoever, because that should have been an obvious indication that these things were imminent. And by imminent, I mean as soon as all those planes were hijacked at once, they should have known something.